Hi everyone, I'm Carly McGuire, and this is our next installment of Zoo to You, a virtual safari here at Denver Zoo. We are showing you the baby rhino today. She is right back in this barn behind me, but before we go inside, I wanted to address a few things before we get started, including first, thanking everyone who has donated so far. Your donations are so appreciated during this time for Denver Zoo when we need a lot of support as our gates are closed to the public. So thank you to everyone. And a very special announcement today, we have a very generous donor, Myra Fine, who has agreed to match the first $5,000 in donations we get today with another $5,000. So we could raise $10,000 here so quick if everyone can donate what they can. We know it's a difficult time for a lot of people, so we understand if you can't, but if you can, even to the cost of one ticket, we would really, really appreciate that at this time. Also, you will notice myself and the keepers behind the scenes today will be wearing masks. This is just another precautionary measure. We have told you animal care will not be interrupted here at Denver Zoo, but to ensure that that is the case, we all have to stay healthy. So we are wearing these out of an abundance of caution. You'll notice oftentimes a lot of our keepers who work with primates already wear masks, so this is really not too far off from standard operating procedure here at Denver Zoo, but we wanted to let you know that it might be difficult to hear or understand us at times, but we will have someone in the comments section, so if you have any questions, you didn't hear us, just pop in the comments and leave your question there and we will get to it. But we will be wearing these masks out of an abundance of caution, and we have a really, really exciting announcement a little later in this live stream, so please stay with us. But I think I've made you all wait long enough, so I'm gonna pop my mask on and we are gonna go in and see the baby rhino. All right, let's go. Hello.
Hey, come on in.
All right, so this is the Rhino Barn in Toyota Elephant Passage. This is where our greater one-horned rhinos and tapirs live. And back here is where Mom, Tensing, and Baby have been hanging out since they were born. I'm gonna let us get set up there. Everyone, this is Mike. He is a rhino keeper here at Toyota Elephant Passage. And hopefully you can see behind me there is our baby greater one-horned rhino. She is so cute. How exciting a time has this been for you all, Mike?
Really exciting. More exciting than I expected even. You know, it was a long gestation, a long pregnancy. It was 15 and a half months. So she was actually pregnant. She actually got pregnant in 2018. 2 calendar years ago, I guess you could say. But yeah, it's been a lot of anticipation and a long time coming.
And we knew Mom was pregnant pretty early on, so we waited almost that whole 15 and a half months for this baby.
Yep.
And let's talk about, she's kind of behind the scenes, she's right here behind these boards. We had to baby-proof this whole area with hay and boards, because she's really little, and she can sneak through these bars. We've already seen that in some of these areas. She is adorable. But let's talk about how we got here. This was a really long process to get Tensing pregnant successfully and welcome this baby. So what did we do to get her pregnant?
So Tensing is about 12 and a half. She came here, she came here in 2011, a long time ago. And the other greater one-horned rhino, the other male of the species we have is an immature male. And so pretty early on when Tensing got here, females mature earlier than males. And pretty early on when Tensing got here, we realized that if Tensing was going to have a calf, have a baby, it was probably not through our male. It was our best shot was artificial insemination. And so we've done 12 artificial insemination attempts with Tensing, and the 12th one is obviously the one that was successful. Yeah, it was a lot of work. There's a woman, a scientist who works at she works at Omaha's Henry Doorly Zoo, and she does basically all of the greater one-horn and white rhino inseminations, artificial inseminations in the country, and she's absolutely the expert and the person you go to. Her name is Dr. Monica Stoops, and she's the one who helped us with it.
Yeah, she worked with our reproductive specialist, Dr. Annika Moresco, and it was really a heroic effort by everyone in this team to get Tenzin comfortable with the procedure. It's an entirely voluntary procedure to get her to present for artificial insemination, but it was a long wait. I'm actually going to step behind the camera so we can see this little gal. Everyone really does want to see her. She is so cute. Talk about how we got her first weight last week.
Yeah, so, you know, the calf was pretty shy at first. Sorry, my chin keeps adjusting my mask. The calf was pretty shy at first, and with every day she's getting less and less shy. And she finally started kind of coming over closer with us. You know, she wants to be with her mom more than anything, which is perfect and which is exactly what we want. But she started coming over towards us, and we started, I guess you could say, desensitizing her to the scale. You know, it's just kind of like a blue box, sort of, a low blue box. And you know, finally, her curiosity got the best of her, and she would walk towards us, and we kind of would just try to lead her up on the scale. And her first weight was 185 pounds.
Wow. What do we think she weighed when she was born?
So there's a range, you know. The range is on the low end is in the 120s, on the larger end is up near 150. But we think she was probably, you know, in the 140s or so, given that she was up to that 185. I think that was she was about 2 weeks old when we got that first weight. And they gain about 2 pounds a day, so you can kind of do the math and subtract. But yeah, she's been gaining weight steadily.
Just a note to all of our viewers, we are going to try to keep as much of the camera on baby here as possible, but we want to make sure we're giving mom and baby appropriate distance. We don't want to stress anyone out, but we know we all want to see her, so there she is. Sarah is feeding mom Tenzin right now to keep her distracted. What does baby eat right now? Is she primarily nursing? Mike, is she primarily nursing right now?
Yeah, she's exclusively nursing. She turns a month tomorrow. She turns a month old tomorrow, and she is starting to show some interest in solid foods. And especially, I would say, banana and romaine lettuce. For whatever reason, she really likes to kind of taste those two things. But yeah, she's not really ingesting, but she is kind of experimenting with eating and practicing using her mouth for chewing and things. She doesn't really have any teeth, so she, you know, anything that she did eat would have to be pretty soft. But yeah, she is nursing exclusively for her calories right now.
Does she have a personality yet? What have you guys noticed?
Yeah, it changes a lot, you know, and it's changed especially in the last week or so. But she is getting a lot bolder. She'll come up and she'll want to see what we're doing. You know, tensing is
What's that little behavior right there?
Usually when a rhino tosses their head like that, they're kind of feeling playful. But yeah, Tenzin sleeps a lot and you know, eats, and like a lot of adult rhinos, and being a calf, she probably wants to play a little bit more. But Tenzin will come up and they'll push their heads against each other, and they'll play fight, you know, they'll spar and stuff, and they both really like that. They both like to, the calf really likes to kind of mouth Tenzin's head and ears and chin and things like that. So the calf she's pretty playful, pretty feisty. She takes a midday nap, which she is just waking up for, so this is perfect timing.
Yes.
She takes a midday nap from, I don't know, 11 to 1 or 2, and gets up right around now, so this is perfect.
Yeah, so she's just kind of stretching her legs, kind of waking up from her midday nap. She's already gone outside a little bit, not in the public area, but she's spent a little time in one of our private behind-the-scenes yards. talk about why we can't just let her and mom out into the big yards quite yet.
Yeah, that's a good question that we get asked a lot. So, you know, where these guys live, where Tensing and her calf live, is called Toyota Elephant Passage, and it's home to greater one-horn rhinos like these guys, and also Asian elephants and Malayan tapirs, which have their own yard. But the yards are designed for animals that weigh 4,000 pounds to 11,000 pounds, and so you know, there is a lot of, like Carly, you mentioned earlier, the baby proofing over here. There's a lot of baby proofing that we need to set up in one of the yards in particular, and that needs to happen before the calf can come outside, just to make sure that the calf is nice and safe out there, and more so that Tensing is comfortable with the calf out there.
This is Tensing, for anyone wondering. This is Mama. We do have another male here. Mike talked about this earlier. His name is Bandu. He is a greater one-horn rhino. He is not Baby's father. We actually used a semen sample from another rhino in Omaha. So here is Baby. She's just playing with this disc right now.
You know, something a lot of folks might not know is rhinos like to climb. They're pretty much built to be the worst climbers in the world because they have kind of short legs, and they don't have hands for grasping, and they're kind of stiff. You can see how stiff they are, but for whatever reason, rhinos just have an instinct to try to climb things, and that's kind of why we put that disc in there, because we knew that they had that tendency.
Someone wants to know if her ears are soft and fuzzy.
They are, the fur is kind of bristly. I don't know if I would call it fuzzy. Not quite as bristly as like a pig's hair, but pretty bristly. But her skin is soft. You know, it's kind of like it's like her mom's, but softer. Yeah. And you know, the best comparison for a rhino, this is for an adult rhino. A rhino skin I've ever heard was they feel like a cantaloupe. Like if you imagine the kind of firmness of a cantaloupe and also that texture, that rough kind of bumpy texture, that's exactly what a rhino feels like.
That's a great activity. Parents, if you have kids at home and you have a cantaloupe on hand, have your kids feel that. That is what this skin feels like. So some people are wondering, are greater one-horned rhinos dangerous?
So Tensing weighs about 4,000 pounds, maybe a little bit more right now. But so that's about the weight of a four-door Toyota Tacoma, somewhere around there. But so Tensing is big, you know, and she's deceptively quick, and so any animal that big, you know, could be dangerous. But in general, Tensing is a really sweet girl, and she's so far been really, really great with us around the calf, and really, really trusting. But yeah, just there of course is the inherent. We do need to be careful around her, just due to her size.
Yeah, this is protected contact. This is we don't go into these stalls with mom and baby. What you're hearing on the other side of the barn are our Malayan tapirs. They're kind of whistling right now. It's a busy day back here. Everyone's a little stir crazy from the snow. Tensing showing us what the inside of a greater one-horn mouth looks like. What are the tips of their nose?
Yeah.
Talk about that.
So these guys have semi-prehensile lips. So the top lip, here, watch this, guys. This lip can grasp things and put it in her mouth. And the reason she needs that is because, you know, greater one-horn rhinos in the wild eat a lot of browse. And browse is just, if you think about like trimming a tree or a bush or a shrub, you know, those clippings, like the bark and the wood and the leaves and all, that's what a greater one-horn rhino eats. But they're also grazers. So greater one-horn rhinos also eat grass, which is hay, you know, for us. But that's what they use that prehensile lip for. The bottom lip is square. You can see the bottom is...
Looks a lot like a hippo's kind of.
Yeah, exactly. And the reason they have that square lip on the bottom is for grazing grass as close to the ground as they can get it, picking as much grass as they can.
Can baby use her prehensile?
Yes.
Yeah?
She can use it. She's not as coordinated with...
Just like all kids.
Yeah,
They don't have the coordination
but she's
yet.
Practicing. she definitely uses it. They use that lip not just for eating, but they also really like to investigate things with it. If there's a new material or something, that's always the first thing they do is come kind of mess with it with their lip and feel what's going on.
Someone's wondering why the baby has a little bit more pink in between her folds than an adult like Tensing.
Yeah, I'm not sure why we can see more pink. The only thing I can think is, Tensing's skin is rougher, and it's also the folds are more developed. So maybe Tensing's skin might be a little more pink under her folds, but her folds cover up that pink part also. Also, it could be just exposure to the sun and like a tan.
Oh, here's a good question. When does her horn come in?
So her horn isn't going to come in for a few months. I think it was something like 6 months. And if you guys...
We're following baby.
We'll follow you. If you guys know much about... If you guys know much about rhino horns, they're keratin. They're exclusively keratin, just like our hair and fingernails. And they grow over time. They grow throughout the rhino's entire life. And so Tensing's horn is growing as we speak, and as well as the calf's. Hers just needs to pop through.
Since we've been posting pictures of the baby and mom since she was born, a lot of people have wondered why Tensing's horn is so much shorter than what they imagine a really long greater one-horn rhino looking like. We don't trim them.
Nope.
That is not any intervention from keepers. That is her just rubbing it down, isn't it?
Correct. Rhino horn, like I said, it's only keratin, and rhinos actually shape their own horns. Some of them choose a lower, kind of a lower horn shape like Tensing, and some of them choose like a longer, sharper point, like especially some of the African species. But all rhinos shape their own horns. If they just let them grow and don't, what they do is they find a place to rub them against and to kind of whittle them down into a point. And if they didn't do that, it would kind of just grow like a big column. And anyways, this is the shape of horn Tensing is currently.
She is expressing her individuality. This is how she prefers to have her horn. So no, we did not trim it or shave it down. This is all the work
we never
of Tensing. So we have raised $275 so far. Thank you so much, everyone. This is Carly McGuire checking in again. Keep raising those funds right now. We have a matching donor who says she will match up to $5,000 of donations today. So we could quickly raise $10,000 for Denver Zoo, which we could really use right now as our gates are closed to the public until further notice. Who you're looking at right now, this is Tensing, our female greater one-horn rhino, but everyone is really into the baby over here. I'm gonna kind of go over here. So a lot of people are asking, why doesn't baby have a name? Well, we do have an announcement for anyone who's sticking with us right now. We have a website live right now where you can vote for our baby's name. You can go to denverzoo.org for more information on that, and we'll put the link in the comments. But we have 3 names for you to choose from, and let me just say this. We are not naming this baby Corona. The Corona is not a name option, but the options are Talli, Talli, Joona, Joona, and Pemba, Pemba. And information about what those names mean is on the website, but you can donate $1 for a vote, and you can choose your favorite name. And let's get this girl a name. A lot of people want to start calling her something other than baby, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Over here in the team, Mike, do you have a favorite?
I like Talli, I think, but I think I like it because it sounds so good with Tensing. Mm-hmm. These guys live with their moms for a really long time, years. But she obviously, they are solitary animals and they won't live together forever. But for now, I think Talli and Tensing sound good together.
I think so too. Hi, Leah. Mom Tensing is 12 and a half years old, and baby turns a month tomorrow. Where is she? She's really investigating this wall over here. Tensing's keeping a good eye on her when she's not getting some snacks from Sarah. So we've raised $739. Wow, thank you everyone. Keep donating, even if it's just the cost of one ticket. And if you can't donate here, you can go to the website and donate there, or you can vote for a name. Your support of the rhino baby naming supports our rhino care here and in the wild. So we really appreciate it. Again, those names are Talli or Talli, Joona, Joona, and Pemba. So let us know in the comments, who do you like the best? Okay, Sarah wants to know how much does the baby weigh? We know 185 pounds. Mom Monster Blog, we covered about the horn. We don't intervene. That really is Tensing's preferred way. She can rub that horn down into the shape she prefers. So her horn is not damaged, don't worry. Baby will have a name once we raise the funds and people donate and vote for their favorite name. So there you go. Any more questions? Oh, does baby like any bedtime songs?
That's a good question. We do sometimes listen to the radio in here, but no, she's pretty happy to sleep, music or no music, or light or dark, anything.
How long do greater one-horn rhinos live?
So greater one-horn rhinos can live a long time. They can live into their 40s, which even for other rhinos is a pretty long time. So Tensing she's an adult certainly, but she's a young adult. So this is a perfect time for her to, start having calves.
Are greater one-horn rhinos fast?
Yes, greater one-horn rhinos can run 35 miles an hour. So greater one-horn rhinos also do not have predators, though. Tensing is much too big for a tiger to be a threat, or anything like that. The only time she would probably run that fast is, if she were to encounter another rhino in the wild.
All right. How many rhinos do we have here at Denver Zoo?
We have 1, 2, 3, 4 rhinos now.
Tell us the difference between a greater one-horned and a black rhino.
Yeah.
A lot of people know Rudy.
Yep.
He is our black rhino who lives over by Sheep Mountain here at Denver Zoo, but he is a different species. What are the differences between the two?
So Rudy is one of 2 African species. He's a black rhino. Black rhinos are also very solitary. White rhinos are the ones that sometimes can hang out together. So Rudy is also very solitary. He lives in the pachyderm building. They have 2 horns versus these guys with obviously have 1 horn. Rudy is a lot smaller. Rudy is an adult male and he weighs 3,000 pounds. Our adult male greater one-horn rhino weighs 5,000 pounds. So species-wise, it's a ton of difference. What else? Black rhinos have...
Following baby.
Of course. Black rhinos have fully prehensile lips. They don't, in general, eat grass much at all. They mostly browse. Hey, baby.
Okay, is she a Talli, a Pemba, or a Joona? You all will have to go to the website and vote and donate $1 for 1 vote. Seems like a lot of people are split. I'm seeing people like Pemba, they like Joona, they like Talli.
To get an idea of how tall she is, because we get asked a lot how big she is.
Yeah.
So the weight, and that weight, she's 185 pounds. She's, which sounds big. It's heavier than I am, but she's really dense. She's short and compact. She is probably higher, just a little bit taller than my knee. So,
Okay.
just, I don't know, what is that? Less than 2 feet tall, maybe? So she is 185 pounds, but she's still, pretty little.
How, do they have good hearing? They have those big
Yes.
ears. Is their hearing very good?
Yes, I would say a greater one-horn rhino's most powerful sense is their hearing. I'd say they rely on hearing more than anything, and then right after that, I think sense of smell. And then, sight is kind of a distant third. Their eyesight, all rhinos, don't really rely on their eyesight very much at all. Things get blurry, objects get blurry pretty quickly, but, they do have hearing and a sense of smell that's far superior to us.
Baby is clearly very tired from her
Yeah.
nap. It's really hard to be a baby rhino. How often does she nurse?
She nurses during the day that we're here several times. I'd say 3 or 4 times. But you know, she nurses a lot at night too. These guys spend a lot of they're more active at the dawn, dusk kind of thing. So a lot of nursing does happen at night as well.
How long will baby stay at Denver Zoo, and why might she not stay long term?
Forever.
We hope.
So these guys, greater one-horned rhinos, are managed by what's called a species survival plan. It's kind of like a central commission that decides Tensing would be a good genetic match for Bandu, and that's kind of why we have Tensing and Bandu here. And so eventually her mom, she will be weaned, and eventually after that she'll move on, and Tensing will want her space back as a solitary animal. At that time, she would most likely go to a zoo that has a good match for her, you know, as in a male, another male of her species.
Here is a great question. What kind of enrichment are we giving the baby?
So the enrichment, the baby is, like I said, is pretty playful, and the baby can, it's hard to describe unless we can see it a little better. The baby can slip through some bollards that,
over here.
that her mom can't. And so we have to be careful with the enrichment, because some of rhino enrichment is so big and so heavy. I was saying,
You can see that ball over there.
I'll show you how big it is next to a person. So
for scale, here's Mike and here's a ball.
And I'm 8 feet tall, so that's. Anyway, some rhino enrichment, that ball weighs over 200 pounds. So some rhino enrichment is so big and heavy that we need to be careful to not give it to an adult rhino like Tensing with the calf in there, because Tensing could be having so much fun. She could, it could hit the baby and hurt her. So we give her smaller things like this. This is just a soft boat buoy, so boats don't crush against the dock. But we give them things like this that, even thrown around isn't going to hurt. Isn't going to hurt a calf. The baby, her favorite piece of enrichment. You hang out here. I'll go
All
grab
right. Parents at home, if you have kids, if you can find small pieces like that, show us in the comments what your enrichment for our baby rhino would be. I'm sure you all have lots of toys. We'll show you one that probably looks familiar to pet owners. Yep.
This part attaches to a hose, obviously, and then it's like a little sprinkler, and it spins around, and the calf really, really loves it. Obviously, we can't put this in the stall with her mom because her mom would crush it, and there goes her toy. But
it's a fine line. Enrichment that is not too big that mom can hurt baby with it, but is not too small that mom can damage it.
Correct.
So baby is back there behind her mom, Tensing. They also have a little pink, like, bouncy ball in there.
Yep, and that smells
really
like bubble gum.
It smells like bubble gum. Scent enrichment is very important. Do we give other scents for enrichment for them?
Yeah, we've tried different spices and essential oils as well. And they're so scent focused that things like that are always super interesting for them.
How long will until that point in time where Tensing will not want to be around baby because she's solitary? Like, how many years will they stay together as a pair?
So they're usually weaned around, they usually stop nursing sometime around a year and a half. But after that, oftentimes the calves will stay with their mom for up to 3 years, which is the sort of the general time in between calves for a mom. So 2 to 3 years, I think, is a pretty safe bet.
Is Tensing done growing? Is she full grown?
Yes, Tensing is full grown.
So this is a full grown greater one-horned rhino, everyone. There you go. This is Tensing, her mom. Bandu, our resident male greater one-horned rhino, he is not the father of this calf. Will they ever interact? Will Bandu meet this baby?
Yeah, he could. He's seen her already he's seen the calf through, a couple of doors, but he could see her, and he was pretty interested. I don't think he
trying to get a good
knew
angle.
quite what to make of her. But they will, as she gets bigger, and they will certainly meet nose to nose. They'll never be in the same enclosure together or the same stall or anything like that. But yeah, they'll definitely get to meet each other face to face. Probably in months though.
I feel like we never realized how many little nooks and crannies were in Toyota Elephant Passage until we had a baby. So if you're wondering why this is our first and only greater one-horned rhino baby and why we don't have elephant babies, we only have male elephants here at Denver Zoo, so we won't be having any of the elephant calves. So we're really excited to have this little babe here. And thank you, everyone. We have raised now $1,600 since this live stream started. Thank you again. We have a very generous donor, Myra Fine, who is going to match up to $5,000 of donations. So keep donating. If you don't donate on Facebook, but you want to vote for this baby's name, you can do that by donating $1 for one vote to name her either Talli, Talli. Oh, she responded to that. Let's see, Joona.
Others, yeah.
Joona.
No response.
No response. And Pemba. No, I don't know.
Nope.
She might be a Talli. Who knows? We've really enjoyed letting people help us name our baby animals in the past. We had a lion this summer, and Tatu was the far and away clear winner, and Wookie before that, our sloth. So it's really fun, but I know keepers really enjoy having a part in that process. So that's why we select 3 names for you to choose from. And no, we will not name this baby Corona.
Oh. She's gonna push her mom around a little.
She's ready to play. Does she realize she's like a tenth of her size?
Oh, there you go. Yeah, there you're seeing it. No, I don't think she realizes that. She thinks she's pretty strong and pretty tough.
Is mom very patient with her?
Yes, mom is always patient with her. It's really amazing to see how gentle, a 4,000-pound animal can be. When they sleep, they always sleep up against each other. Tensing keeps her extra warm and cozy, and yeah, she's a better mom than we could have hoped for even.
So we have some younger viewers wondering, their skin, is that just very, very thick skin, or is it made of bone or muscle?
Yep, it's very, very thick skin. So, and it has that plate look. It obviously looks like Tensing has a plate right there on her shoulder and kind of back there on her hip. They need those plates because, like I said, rhinos are really pretty stiff animals, but they do need to articulate and
there's some rhino butt
move
for y'all.
in some parts, and those plates are kind of where their bodies can move, helping them run that 35 miles an hour. To give you an idea, a racehorse runs 45 miles an hour, so they're not much slower than that, and the fastest human can run about 27 miles an hour. So, and that's Usain Bolt. So they're much faster than even the fastest of us.
Let's talk about something really important, the status of this animal in the wild, and why it is so important that we are conserving the species by breeding them here at Denver Zoo.
Yeah, so these guys are, they're from India and Nepal, are their home countries. Tensing was born in Ohio at a facility called the Wilds. But so they're from India and Nepal. Their populations are around, worldwide is around 3,300. They're considered threatened, and in their home countries, they're not necessarily faced with poaching as much as some of the African species. But what they do deal with in their home countries is deforestation and loss of habitat, like a lot of Asian species. So what that means is, with growing human populations, there can be less and less room for these guys to live and raise their young. You can imagine it takes a lot of room to grow enough food to feed a 4,000-pound animal, let alone many of them. And so the best thing to do, guys, is be conscious of some of our purchases. Palm oil plantations, like are a problem that faces a lot of Asian animals. And what that means is these plantations, to grow palm oil, which is a pretty ubiquitous ingredient in a lot of products, from food to skincare products. They need to clear a rhino's natural habitat. And when they do that, that just obviously leaves less room for the rhinos. And so what we can do is we can, Cheyenne Mountain Zoo in Colorado Springs actually has a really cool app. And if you download the app, you can scan a product. You can scan a box of crackers or a bottle of lotion in the store, and it'll tell you if that palm oil, if palm oil is an ingredient, if that palm oil was harvested sustainably or not, and you can kind of make some informed decisions about the different products you like. It might just be as easy as buying one box of crackers versus another.
Yeah. So we've seen Baby kind of walk around. She's very curious. People are picking up on that. And Mom seems to follow. So is it natural for her to be this independent already at just a month old? And is it natural for Mom to be really protective and want to make sure where her calf goes, she goes?
Yeah, I'd say it's pretty natural. Her calf does explore a little, but if you notice, they're rarely more than 10 or 15 feet apart, I would say.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would say they're pretty equal. The mom is equally protective, and the calf is equally as attached to the mom. It's not like the calf is trying to go off on its own and Tensing has to corral it around. No, they're pretty well attached.
Can we talk about the climbing behavior we're kind of seeing here in the disc, and why people might be surprised to learn rhinos like to climb?
Yeah, I don't know why rhinos would naturally have the instinct to climb, but her mom has it. Black rhinos have it. They just, if they see something that they can put their feet up on, they kind of instinctively do it. Tensing is, like I said, Tensing, her mom is the exact same way, and I don't know. I mean, you don't think of a rhino as a climber, but they love it.
Hi, Allie. This is Tensing's first calf. This is a really big milestone for her. Do you think we will try insemination again, or hope that she and Bandu will mate? And how long do we have to wait before we could start that process with Tensing all over again?
Yeah, I mean, that's a good question, and that decision is ultimately up to quite a few different people. But yeah, we would, depending on how Bandu is doing maturing wise, we would love to give Bandu the chance.
Tensing says hello. She wants you to see her prehensile lip there and how she uses them to eat.
So Tensing, guys, eats, she's eating romaine lettuce leaves right now. Tensing eats a lot. She eats about 75 pounds of food every single day. And she's eating more now because she's nursing a calf. So her diet did increase, and she nurses, like I said, she nurses the calf a lot. The calf's gaining 1 to 2 pounds a day, and so it's a lot of calories that her mom needs.
For those of you wondering, if you're just tuning in, we post these to our YouTube channel later in the afternoon, so you can watch the whole thing from the beginning. So is this baby about to try to nurse?
Yeah, that's kind of how it. And Tensing is really great about freezing wherever she is if the calf makes her way back to that area. I guess she wasn't interested.
She was just faking us out. Do rhinos eat carrots?
Yes, rhinos love carrots. Rudy, the black rhino, carrots are his favorite food. Tensing really likes them as well. So the produce that they eat root vegetables here at the zoo. They romaine, obviously. They eat apples. Let's see, what else do they eat? Bananas here.
Oh,
the zoo has has our own nutritionist, and he tells us what's best for the rhinos, and they're happy.
This is a fun question. I wish Lindsay were here to do an imitation of any rhino noises.
Oh. If we didn't have no, yeah, that's not something I'm good at. Sorry.
Do rhinos make a noise though? People are wondering. Yes,
rhinos do make a noise. They move like cattle sometimes. That mooing noise, I mean, it sounds just like think of a cow mooing. That mooing noise is usually usually they're telling us, well, these guys use it to tell us when they want to be fed, and they'll make that noise. They also do kind of a what's called a whistle snort, and that's mostly the females make those noises, and that's one of the clues that we have for when tensing is in estrus, which obviously she hasn't been in a long time, almost a year and a half, but yeah, it's kind of, I mean, you can imagine, it's a whistle followed by a quick snort.
I won't ask you to try it. We have a resident manager who can do it very, very well. So there she is. She's just kind of wandering around. So she can slip through this amount of space.
Yes.
Which is why we've had to baby-proof.
Yep.
Something we haven't had to do in the 8 years that Toyota Elephant Passage is open.
And the reason we use the materials for baby-proofing that we have are, you can see right here, like it almost looks like a shark bite, where a shark is taking a bite out of a, I don't know, a board or something. But what that is we have to use a material for baby proofing that tensing can eat. And this is food grade straw. Our rhinos don't normally have straw as a part of their diets, but the elephants do sometimes. And so it's okay if tensing eats this, but we also needed something big and heavy that 180, 190 pound calf couldn't push around. So
look, Lindsay has commented.
Straw's what
she says all you have to do is go poo.
Yep, there, Carly just did it. You should do it again. Carly did it perfectly.
Poo.
Yep.
There we go.
This is better than Lindsay's.
Oh no, you're throwing down here. So here's baby again. Some of you might have missed the announcement. We are doing, hi tensing. Hi, I don't have any food for you. We are doing a naming voting contest. We are taking donations, $1, 1 vote to help us name this little gal. She's a very curious one. We have Talli, Talli, Joona, Joona, and Pemba, Pemba. The meanings of those names are up on our website. And when you donate, you're helping support our animal care here and in the wild, and you're really helping support Denver Zoo at a very critical time. We have raised $2,100 now from this live stream, which is so amazing. Thank you to everyone who is donating. We know it's a tough time for many, but if you can support, we both need it and appreciate it here at Denver Zoo. We have a wonderful, generous donor who is matching $5,000 of donations made today to our emergency fund. Thank you to Myra Fine. That is such a wonderful, wonderful gesture at a time where we really need it. So help us name this baby. Help us continue our mission here of inspiring communities to save wildlife for future generations, and donate if possible. You can do it through Facebook, you can do it through our website, and you can donate to name our rhino baby. Here she is. Yeah, she is very, very cute. Someone says, is this grapes that Tensing is getting now?
Yep, Tensing's also getting grapes. Grapes are more of a treat or enrichment item, I would say. It's not a part of her daily diet, but she loves them.
Yeah.
And grapes are really good because we can toss them in there, and they kind of, what grapes do when if they hit the floor.
Yeah, we spilled some, so that's what
it
looks like.
Everywhere. Yep, but that's perfect because then Tensing can walk around and not kind of just stand in one place and eat. She can walk around and pick up all the individual grapes, and she'll use her lip to even pick up a single grape.
Someone says that is a weird looking dog. That's not very nice.
No.
We think rhinos are beautiful, especially this little gal here who's just kind of curious, trying to see if she got anywhere to...
Looking for a place to squeeze through.
Yep, she's a, if it fits, I squeeze through type gal. She is getting along so well with mom. Everyone's just having a great time on this live stream watching them. So how are these, are rhinos omnivores, carnivores, or herbivores?
All rhinos are herbivores. These guys are herbivores, but they do have a sharp incisor teeth, which is part of the reason they don't need a really long, sharp horn like we talked about earlier. So they have those sharp incisor teeth, and that's what they use for defense against, like I said, other rhinos. They don't need to worry about predators or anything like that. But yeah, all Tensing eats is plants.
Mike, tell me about bath time.
Yep.
How do we bathe this pair?
So we use warm water. It's not too hot, and you kind of start slow, just to make sure they realize it's bath time. And you kind of start by misting. The best way to bathe a rhino is to start misting their feet. If you start misting their feet, then they usually get pretty into it. And once they get pretty into it, they'll often lay on the ground and kind of wallow around and roll around in the water. But they really love it. You could probably hose them with warm water all day, and they would love that. The floors in this barn are also heated. So the floors, it's hard to tell on the screen, but the floors are rubberized. Oh, now she's climbing on a drinker.
Oh, you can't really see. I'll try
see
to
her.
zoom
Yeah.
in, but
they're rubberized, and they're also heated. So
her little back feet are
see
right there in the center of the screen, and her front feet are right below Mom's chin.
Curious
So
what Mom's
if you can draw the rest of the picture in your head, it's very cute.
So yeah, they're perfect for getting hosed on these floors.
Oh my gosh, she's so that's a water drinker back there, right?
Yeah.
They're getting some water. Oh, how big are the baby's feet? Some people are wondering, kind of for scale.
Small, I would say, maybe the size of a large orange. I
Okay.
would say, or a medium orange. But yeah, they're pretty little so far.
Oh man, she is just too cute. Keep donating, everyone. We would really love to raise $5,000 today, because we do have a very generous donor who is going to match that, and we can get $10,000 to support animal care and operations here at Denver Zoo while we're closed. This is Zoo to You, our virtual safari, and we are focusing on our baby rhino today. She's almost a month old. That is Mama Tensing, but there's baby. And we are also taking donations to vote for the baby's name. A lot of people have been asking, what is this babe's name? We are opening it up to the public to vote on 3 pre-selected names: Talli, Joona, and Pemba. No, Corona is not something we're gonna name this baby. I just feel like it bears repeating. And it's not gonna be Rhino McRhino face either. So
These are great suggestions.
these are, they are suggestions, Mike.
Yeah.
They are. So this is Mama Tensing. We're kind of giving her some snacks and keeping her happy and fed while we talk to her and her baby. And there's her prehensile lip. Very cool. Any more questions? If you missed any of this, we are going to be posting it to the Denver Zoo YouTube channel later, so make sure you're subscribed to our channel over there. Parents, we have lots of activities you can do with your kids. You can show us how you would baby proof a rhino barn. We have, oh yeah. So here, we're actually gonna scratch Tensing right now to give her a little bit of rub-in. Some people ask, oh, do keepers get to touch the rhino? Yes, we do, but through protected contact. It's not safe for us to be in there, but she loves chin rubs. They like to get behind those folds. Little baby. Some people are wondering, is the baby soft? Is her skin very like soft leather or scratchy?
Yeah, I would say it's like soft leather. I mean, it's a lot softer than her mom. That's for sure.
Earlier we told parents to go grab a cantaloupe if they have one at home. That really approximates the feeling of what rhinos feel like, what their skin feels like. So now everyone's very jealous of you, Mike. They all want to pet a rhino now too.
If you have a cantaloupe.
Yeah, if you have a pet, you can pet your cantaloupe. Come on, people.
Close your eyes.
So people are wondering about the baby's diet.
Yeah, the baby's diet consists exclusively of milk right now, and she gains up to 2 pounds a day just drinking milk. And we anticipate that she may start, eating food here, solid foods, pretty soon. She's turning a month old tomorrow, and she is very interested in tasting and testing her mom's diets. But for now, it's just milk.
All right, someone wants to know the name of the baby's dad. It is John 2. He is a male greater one-horned at the Omaha Henry Dorley Zoo and Aquarium. So they sent us a sample of his sperm, and we artificially inseminated Tensing. And now we have this beautiful gal who needs a name, so you can donate $1 for one vote for the name Talli, Joona, or Pemba. So let us know what you like. A lot of people are saying they have done the up close encounter with our greater one-horn rhinos in the past and really enjoyed it and are really jealous they can't be here right now. So no, she'll stay at Denver Zoo for a pretty long time. Where did we get Tenzing from?
She came from the wilds in Ohio.
Okay. And she got here in 2011?
Yep, late 2011, I think.
All right. Oh, there she is. She's so curious. Does she have a favorite keeper that she responds to best? Everyone always wants to know who a keeper's favorite animal is and who an animal's favorite keeper is.
Because she is so young, we keep her contact with people to a pretty, close group. And no, I'd say she's so curious. Anyone who walks up, she's going to investigate.
All right, you guys, we're so close. We're at $2,400. We're trying to get to $5,000 because we have a very generous donor, Myra Fine, who is going to match that and help us raise $10,000 here in one day. It is a really hard time for a lot of people and organizations, and we know that, but if you can support Denver Zoo and our mission and our animal care and operations, we appreciate it more than you know. So you can donate via Facebook, which goes to our emergency fund. You can donate online, or you can donate to vote for the baby's name on our website. That is a different function. That's not through Facebook, but you can still do that pretty easy. We're looking at names Talli, Joona, or Pemba. So we're really, really grateful for everyone tuning in. If you missed any of this, we are going to put this up. This will stay on Facebook, and it will be on our YouTube page, and it will be at denverzoo.org/zoo2u, ZOOTOYOU. So we appreciate this. We're gonna wrap this up here, but don't worry, we'll give you constant updates on which name is winning. Sometimes mama bumps baby, that happens. But we'll give you updates on her, how she's doing. Our animal care, we are committed to giving that world-class care our animals get every day, even if we're closed. So thank you, everyone. This has been really fun for us. Mike, Sarah, thank you both. This has been a real team effort. We love you. We'll leave you with either Talli, Joona, or Pemba. You let us know. Thanks, everyone.